Mike Novogratz is not just a former Goldman Sachs exec. At his time at Goldman, he also went on to become a partner of the company. Now a billionaire, he founded Galaxy Digital, a crypto investment firm, and so he clearly knows a thing or two about crypto and investing. At the recent SALT conference, Mike revealed that he believes the crypto market is going to 20x from today's price, and he also shared some very interesting insights. So in this video, we'll see some clips and key insights from his speech, including his prediction that the crypto market will 20x from today's price, his thoughts on Solana versus Ethereum and other layer 1s, and then we'll finish with a very interesting study that was done by the ex-head of the CIA and his findings on the crypto market. As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, always appreciated. Okay, so if you're one of the people that think that you got into crypto too late and that the opportunity is now over, then you're really going to enjoy what Mike Novogratz had to say just last week. Ready? Let's do this.
Every year you look back and you're like, God, I should have bought that thing. You could have done the same thing with Amazon stock. Amazon stock had one of its best years this year. Ever since 2000, every year it looked like you missed out. And so I think big monster trends that really do change the way we behave go for long periods of time. Total crypto wealth, roughly $2.5 trillion, which is maybe 0.5% of total global wealth. So if you see all the trends I'm seeing, or you can see just by reading the newspaper, something really bad has to happen for total crypto wealth not to go from 0.5% to something like 2 or 3 or 4 or 10 over time. And so while we might not see the ecosystem expand as fast as it did in the last year, right? We went from 350 billion to 2.5 trillion in, say, 17 months. It's really hard for me to not see it expand. And so when I look at Bitcoin specifically, Bitcoin as digital gold is being adopted and the story is being bought into. I don't think the Treasury Department and the central banks around the world are going to do a good enough job in this really difficult period they have to get people to believe that they're not going to debase currencies. Right? In some ways, the only way out for the US dollar is, and what we're hoping for, praying for, is a slow depreciation of the dollar as opposed to a fast one. And so Bitcoin adoption is continuing to happen. Bitcoin right now, we're $900 billion. Gold's 10 trillion, so we're 9% of gold. We're going to get to 100% of gold. We're not going to get there next year, but we'll go from 9% to 16%, and then 16% to 25%, and then 25% will rise into 50%. And so 4, 5, 6 years, Bitcoin will be 500,000. Assuming gold price stays where it is, I actually think it'll all go higher.
So the message is pretty clear. He believes we are still early and that these big trends do take more time than people think. And it was the same with Amazon stock. People are still saying every year they missed out on Amazon stock, and they've been saying it for the past 20 years. Next up, Mike talks about the battles going on with layer 1s right now. We have the market leader, Ethereum, being put under pressure by new protocols like Solana. So who will ultimately win? Well, here's what he had to say.
And quite frankly, a lot of the ecosystems and what you're seeing now aren't built to scale yet. Right? So why is Solana so exciting all of a sudden? Is because Ethereum is on this path to scale speed and complexity over time. But it's not fast enough right now to process as much crap as the world wants to process. Right? The idea of a decentralized internet of value, exchanging value across people is so exciting. Everyone wants to do it now. The computer scientists haven't figured out with Ethereum how to do it fast enough today on a decentralized form. So there's thousands of nodes in Ethereum. So what do? You say, hey, I'm going to create another system that's less decentralized, less secure in that respect, more easily manipulated, but probably not going to be manipulated. That's much faster. And so all of the other blockchains, Solana, Luna, they're much faster. And you're seeing adoption. Now, the market will tell over time how much we care about decentralization. Regulators will weigh in when they really understand it. Do we want the future of finance, the future of commerce built on a platform that might be manipulated? Probably not. And so I think even a protocol like Solana, if it's going to survive long term, is going to have to find a way to be much more decentralized than it is. Again, I start getting out of my league as a computer science guy because I'm not. But that's the simple way to think of these different L1 protocols. There's a trade-off between speed and security, speed and decentralization. But what I'm telling you is why they're all working is because everyone wants to build on them right now. Every conversation I have is, how do I build on Web3? There's so much that you can do. We're monetizing community for the first time ever, monetizing social prestige for the first time ever.
So, what he was referring to is what is known as the Blockchain Trilemma. There are basically three main parts to a blockchain: scalability, security, and decentralization. And blockchains find it very difficult to be able to do all three. Ethereum is extremely secure and decentralized, but because it has so many nodes, it has trouble scaling. New layer 1s like Solana have fewer nodes, so it's more centralized and less secure, but it does mean that it can scale much faster. And over the coming months, it'll be the marketplace that lets us know which parts of the blockchain trilemma it cares about most. Okay, to finish up, there are still people like Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen that make the excuse that crypto is just used for nefarious activities. Well, Mike shares the results of a study where they hired the ex-head of the CIA to find out the truth about how crypto was being spent. And here is what they found.
We're going to continue to see in any hot industry fraud, scamsters, fly-by-night excitement. We don't want to lose the forest through the trees. And I mention that because a lot of in crypto they call it FUD, fear, uncertainty, or doubt. A lot of the backlash from politicians and or regulators that aren't educated is, oh, this stuff's all used for bad shit. The truth couldn't be, you couldn't be further from the truth. I was part of a group that hired the ex-head of the CIA to do a study on crypto, and he spent 8 weeks or 7 weeks doing a deep dive with all the agencies, with players, with all the security companies in crypto like Chainalysis and CipherTrace. And he determined that in Bitcoin, a tiny amount was used for illicit actions, and most of that was scams. It wasn't terrorist financing or kiddie porn. And quite frankly, it was a lot less than the traditional finance world and a lot less than cash. And their vested interests that don't want it to happen, right? At its core, the blockchain allows to cut out rent takers. And so if you're banks or if you're the NASDAQ, you're really worried about Uniswap or SushiSwap. You really should be. Smart companies are quickly pivoting and figuring out, if you look at Visa, right? They're pivoting, how do they work within this new ecosystem? But there's going to be winners and losers like in any technology transfer.
Mike Novogratz is a former Goldman Sachs partner, now crypto billionaire, and he founded Galaxy Digital, which helps progress the institutional adoption of crypto. He said as of right now, crypto is about 0.5% of global wealth, and something really serious has to happen for this not to become more like 10%. And this means the crypto market has to 20x from today's price. He said there are big layer 1 battles going on right now with Ethereum and new competitors like Solana, as the marketplace is still trying to figure out which features it cares about most. Is it security, decentralization, or scaling? And the excuse that crypto is just being used for nefarious activities just isn't true, as the ex-head of the CIA's research had proved. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I don't know about you, but the crypto market growing 20 times from today's price sounds pretty good to me. Let me know what you think below. For now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then click below and join us. Got some great videos coming up that you don't want to miss. Okay, cheers guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.